All right. Well, welcome everybody. Welcome to week 3 of the challenge. If you just joined the challenge and this is your first huddle up, welcome. We have all the recordings from week 1 and week 2 available to you. And you can talk to your coach or your team leader or the person that invited you and get access to those. These huddle ups are an opportunity for us to give you some great tips in a little bit more depth. We spend 30 minutes and share lots of good, healthy ideas and tips around a particular topic. The first week we focused on healthy motivation and goal setting. The second week we talked about healthy eating tips made simple. And today we're going to talk about healthy motion, which means we're going to talk about non-exercise activities and exercise activities that can give you some great calorie burning tips so that you can accelerate your weight loss results or help you to maintain a healthy body weight and improve your cardiovascular musculoskeletal health. We're also going to have some testimonials from our panelists tonight. Joining me tonight is the wonderful Michelle DeFabio. She's a certified health coach, one of our top health coaches in our company. She's going to tell a little bit more about her story and how she incorporates exercise, regular exercise activity into her life. We have this high flamma-slamming Mark Blankenspore, who's a physical therapist and certified health coach. He's going to talk about non-exercise activity. And then we have the superstar, #1, Dr. Mark Nelson, cardiologist and certified health coach, who's going to talk about how to stand on the podium without the competition and how are the benefits of exercise. So let's jump right in and talk about, well, let's get a quick survey. How are you doing with healthy motion habits? If you don't know how to take a survey, I'll throw the survey up there and you can go ahead and cast your vote. Let me go ahead and launch it. All right. How are you doing with healthy motion habits? Are you getting regular activity and formal exercise on a daily basis? Are you active but not exercising consistently and need to improve in that category? Or are you struggling with getting healthy motion into your life? Go ahead and cast your vote. About half of the people have voted, so you're not alone if you have not voted. We'll close the poll up in about 10 seconds. So Rita, if you're raising your hand, we won't be calling people on this webinar, but thanks for raising your hand. Just cast your vote on the poll, and if you're struggling with the technology, you may be on an iPhone or some other version. But go ahead and click on the screen, and you should see a survey. It may be you have to scroll a little bit before you get to the results. And panelists, if you have any other tips that you can throw in the chat message if people are asking questions, that would be helpful. All right, so it looks like the most common answer, 48% of our audience says I'm active but not exercising consistently, and I need to. 40% says I'm getting regular activity and formal exercise on a daily basis. And we've got about 13% of our audience that says that they're struggling. So thanks for sharing your feedback, everybody. All right, just a couple of quick contest updates inside the challenge. Most of you are aware that there's a team prize this round, which it's flighted based upon the size of your team. So if you have 75 or more team members, you're going after a $1,500 team prize. You may see inside the challenge that teams are ranked based upon their participation score. That's based upon the average total number of points for each of the participants in the challenge. So it's good to be able to encourage other team members to get their points and hold each other accountable. Because remember, participation equals results. So we're not here to compete with one another as much as we are here to encourage one another. And the opportunity for a fun prize is just to keep everybody engaged and moving forward. There's always going to be the people out there that are not collecting points or they don't want to log in every day. But there's sometimes just people that need a little bit of encouragement, and they need to know that there's something out there that they're working towards to incentivize them to get logged in. And it's just like exercise. Not every one of us likes doing exercise. A few people do. They're the exercise enthusiast, and that's a small minority. But most all of us could say we like having exercise. We like actually doing the work. Just like logging into the challenge may not be your favorite thing, but after you log in, you typically feel better and you're more educated and inspired and confident to take on the day, or you're a little bit more educated as you hit the hay before the night. So those are the different team prizes that are available. You can talk to your coach or your team leader about where you stand, and we'll be providing some standings as we get closer to halftime and the final weeks of the challenge. There's a selfie contest, so if you're sweaty and you know it, snap a picture of yourself and you can submit it into the contest and earn your chance to win a prize. We still have the water bottle picture contest, which is always fun. I saw a guy the other day had a big 5-gallon water jug, which is funny. We've also got a weekly recipe photo contest. So if you want to participate and have some fun, those are some great ways that you can enter in and take your chance at winning some extra cash. If you have not already listened to a previous webinar, you may not be aware that there is an actual personal health coaching program that's available to any of the challengers. About half of the challengers are clients of the program, or they've been clients, or they're coaches on the program. So you may see some references to the health coaching program, which could be referenced as the Habits of Health, Take Shape for Life, Optavia, 5-in-1 plan. We're not trying to try to confuse you with a bunch of jargon, but this is the program that people are doing if they want to accelerate their results and get very predictable transformation. We have 4 components of our program, and you see it here on your screen. We have a vibrant community. The challenge is just part of that. We have a personal health coach that works one-on-one with individuals to help them to overcome their barriers and to stay on track. And then we have a physician-led healthy lifestyle program that's written by Dr. Wayne Scott Anderson. He's the 10th physician board certified in critical care, and he's a big part of the content of our challenge. You may have seen videos or articles or things that are posted, but all of the content comes from the Habits of Health, or it's based upon our coaching program. And then we also have simple healthy fuelings. I've seen a lot of people posting on the main challenge wall and in the team wall that says, I don't know what to eat. I'm looking for quick, fast, easy snacks. How many calories should I be burning to lose the weight? Or people that are just frustrated because they see people inside the challenge that are losing weight or seeing great results and have a lot of energy, and they're not. And they're wondering, what's going on? What am I missing? This could be an opportunity for you to learn more about the health coaching program, to see if you wouldn't maybe find some better predictable results and accelerate your results by using this health coaching program. And we'll be talking a little bit more about that, but we do have some special scholarships available for people who are interested in the health coaching program who have not been a client in the last 6 months. So these are limited. We've had about 140 people that have taken advantage of that. So if you'd like to learn more about this predictable program, make sure you contact your health coach or your team leader, and that should be found on your team wall. If you don't know who your team leader is, or you don't know who your health coach is, just reach out to support@meltdownchallenge.com, and they can get you connected back to your coach. So with those out of the way, let's jump right into tonight. So we're going to be talking about the benefits and the barriers of healthy motion, the Need to Eat principles, which are acronyms that relate to healthy motion. And then we're going to be talking about healthy movement and exercise tips coming right out of our Habits of Health program. Which Dr. Anderson has really done a great job of bringing all these pieces together to help us to understand how we can end up burning more calories without necessarily being a gym rat. Now, for those of you that are gym rats or exercise enthusiasts like I have been in the past, I'm a former athlete, so I have spent a lot of time in the gym. I didn't realize that there was so many other ways that I could burn calories to continue my journey. And I lost 100 pounds 7 years ago. And I have learned so much about the fact that I can burn more calories doing things more than just physical exercise. Tonight, I'm glad to be able to have Dr. Mark Nelson with us. Dr. Nelson has a great personal story, but he also has a professional expertise on the benefits of exercise and the benefits of motion. And tonight, he's going to share a little with us. Dr. Nelson, are you there?
I sure am, David. Hi, everyone. It's great to be here. Yeah, that's me, almost the 200-pound cardiologist. I knew a lot about disease, but not about health. So there has been a real transformation, and that's a good thing.
Well, talk to us a little bit more about the benefits of exercise from a cardiologist perspective, and then we want to hear a little bit more about your personal story.
Well, I mean, you know, from any perspective, a cardiologist or just the perspective of wanting to be healthy and have a fulfilled life, the benefits of exercise are profound. Obviously, exercise can help us lose weight, more importantly, and more commonly help us maintain a healthy weight. Obviously, exercise is good for the cardiovascular system. It's good for the heart. It's good for the muscles. It gives us more endurance. And it can help prevent some of the most common diseases that afflict Americans today, like prediabetes, like type 2 diabetes, heart disease, coronary artery disease. Cancers can be prevented by exercising. It can obviously improve our mood, our blood pressure, our cholesterol. As the slide shows, it can strengthen our musculoskeletal system as well, can improve our metabolism. How does that happen? Well, there are many ways, but one is if you exercise and over time put on a pound of muscle, you're going to burn an additional 70 calories a day. It strengthens our immune system. And the mental and emotional effects of exercise are really powerful in terms of our having some time and space for ourselves, us being able to calm ourselves, time for ourselves to relax, to enjoy a walk, to enjoy nature, improving bone strength. And I think one of the most important aspects is people feel better when they exercise, and you don't have to run a marathon. You don't have to win a triathlon. Just walking a half hour a day can have profound health benefits.
Well, there's a lot of reasons why people need to exercise and a lot of benefits to it, but there's a whole bunch of people that aren't doing it. And so maybe you could talk a little bit more about the common barriers to exercise and why so many people struggle to find that, small amount of time during their day to achieve that exercise when there's so many benefits.
Well, I think one of the real challenges, David, is there's a lot of hype out there and a lot of misinformation. Many people think they need to be a triathlete or have huge muscles or be a gym rat to benefit from exercise. And again, it's the most important thing is find an activity you like. It could be dancing, it could be walking, it could be lifting weights or yoga or Pilates. It could be riding a bike. It doesn't matter. But be active and find something you love and do it. And let me give you a real shocker, right? We all have the same 24 hours every day. So no one has more time and no one has less time. The question is, what do we prioritize? So maybe you want to think about the hour of TV you watch a night or more, maybe, and say, you know what, I'm going to devote a half hour of that to getting on the treadmill or exercising. We all have the same time. It's really making the commitment to spend a little time getting healthy.
Well, I have another survey that I wanted to throw up. And so if you've navigated away from your screen, come back and throw in your answers to the question, what are your biggest barriers to exercising? You could select all of the different options in there, but we'd love to know, what the option or what the barriers are that you're struggling with so that we can begin to address them individually. And while that poll is up, Dr. Nelson, would you just share a little bit more about your personal experience in getting healthier and how you've been able to use, a nutrition program to help more people to move from being unmotivated, lacking time, to being people that are in vibrant health?
Sure. And, when I was in practice, I was able to help so many people not just get rid of disease and medications as a result of getting healthier, but who now could be more active, and that's what they wanted. They often talked about remembering what they did when they were younger, wanting to have fun and enjoy life more, and that was terribly important. The support of a coach was extremely important because there was some accountability and really encouragement and support. And the program itself was powerful because the weight loss was very predictable, and that meant a great deal to people because when I said, if you do this program, you will lose weight, they did. Now they have the faith that that would really happen. So they would now plan ahead and say, so this means I can be more active. And in fact, they felt better. They had more energy. Their knees didn't hurt as much. So everything comes together because so many people are stuck. So we unstick people. We really unstick people with a little bit of encouragement and support. People start to see really what is possible. And now the world opens up to us. So I can tell you that years ago when I was almost 200 pounds, I was just so knee deep in the big money. I wasn't thinking about what was possible for me and my health and my life. And, once you grab a hold of it, it's like, I'm never letting go because I feel so much better than I did. It was hard to get up in the morning. You know what I'm saying?
You bet. Well, thank you so much.
It's a wonderful thing.
On the benefits of exercise and just the power of, starting off with a very small step and then moving towards that healthier lifestyle can start to get you more motivated. And that's what I'm going to share is that 50% of our respondents said that motivation was the number one thing that they struggled with, or it was the most popular thing, I should say. So I'm going to bring in Mark Blankenspore, and I'm going to have Mark talk a little bit more about motivation and just the fact of, Mark, how have you found the motivation to get in some of those non-exercise activities so that you focus on the things that you can do, and how has that maybe had a ripple effect in your health journey?
I found for myself that it's a number of very simple and basic things that can be integrated that will burn calories. So for example, standing rather than sitting, walking, and just choosing to park a little bit farther away from the door. If I go to Walmart or the grocery store, those are some of the basic things. We'll come up on some simple examples here with the 6 S's. But really the goal, like you see here, the goal of non-exercise activity thermogenesis to burn 200 calories a day. And for those of you that integrate these things, you might actually burn 300 or 400 calories a day. Helps us to maintain a healthy weight, increases mobility, flexibility. Even as Dr. Nelson talked about, it's a healthier lifestyle. We feel better about ourselves when we do these little things. And it prepares us, it kind of preps us for doing more vigorous activity when we integrate these things. So the 6 S's that you see here, I'm one with alliteration and just recognizing these things. It helps me to remember these different factors. Stance, and just thinking about even a seated or standing posture, being more upright actually helps us to burn calories. Standing rather than sitting, a simple example, burn 60 calories in an hour if we stand rather than sit. You might be looked at as an odd duck or an oddball in a meeting at your business or with other people that you're getting together with, but standing rather than sitting burns calories. Or if you are in a seated posture, have a good posture. Strolling, just looking at the simple things of walking. Again, Dr. Nelson referenced this earlier with walking for 30 minutes. It's a simple way to burn calories, and even the combination of walking 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. It doesn't have to be 30 minutes all at once. Helps us to burn calories. Taking the stairs, it's a simple thing, but look at that opportunity to take those stairs periodically. And even at home, maybe there are opportunities for you to do things with cleaning, with moving the laundry, taking out the trash. There are going to be some things that you can maybe integrate into the schedule. Samba, I'll tell you that I don't samba very well. I don't dance very well, but every once in a while I might bust a move. So that will burn some calories. And then getting rid of the switches, getting rid of the remotes. Instead of using the dishwasher, hand wash the dishes and look for those opportunities to do some things. Hand wash the car instead of going through the car wash. Another example of some simple things that we can integrate.
Well, just the idea of actually, tapping your foot in the car, or, just, keeping moving while you're driving in a car. I know you travel a lot, Mark. And so just the idea of, rocking out to the music and being in movement can also just be those small little calories. You're not going to burn off a double cheeseburger, but if you are making those healthy choices, you can start making those small little movements start to begin to build into greater movements and greater calories burned, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, the non-exercise activity is going to help you to increase your total energy expenditure. That's how many calories your body's burning. And when you take your body weight times 11, that is your resting total energy expenditure. That's how many calories your body's burning on average with just a simple calculation. There's more accurate calculations available. You can talk to your health coach and get them. But take your body weight times 11 and then add in 100, 200 calories of non-exercise activity, and you will start to create a bigger gap to help you to accelerate your weight loss, even if you can't do formal exercise. But as Dr. Nelson said earlier, is that by increasing your exercise and starting to add in additional resistance training exercises or more formal exercises, you can have a whole host of other benefits, and you can also start adding some additional muscle, which burns, twice as many calories as fat. And every year after the age of 20, you lose a pound of muscle and you replace it with fat. So you may weigh the same as you did 10 years ago, or you may be 30 pounds heavier than you were 10 years ago. But that weight is not the same, and your calories that are being burned are not the same. So by not adding in some regular exercise, you're really short-circuiting your ability to maintain a healthy body weight or to reach a healthy body weight. And so, the idea of going to the gym and lifting these big, heavy weights may not be your first desired strategy, But by incorporating some formal exercise and some strength training type of exercises, starting off with some very small, low resistance type of exercise can take your health to that next level. And to be able to talk about that, I've asked Michelle DeFabio to come in and talk a little bit more about what it means to graduate from those non-exercise activities into a formal walking program, and then to some exercises that maybe you can enjoy. If you're looking for this walking program, this is a walking program that's inside of our exercise guide. And so if you talk to your health coach or team leader or the person that invited you, they'll get you connected to the health coach that's responsible to follow up and provide support to you. And they can get you this great exercise guide that has lots of great resources. But Michelle, why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit more about your story and how you're incorporating more exercise into your life.
Okay, great. So yes, I've been health coaching for 7 years. Before that, I was a kindergarten teacher. So I enjoyed that. And I thought by marrying that guy, that personal trainer, that we were going to stay all fit just through the marriage. So we learned over time, you really need to set yourself up for success. You need to work health into your life. It's not going to just accidentally happen to you. Those healthy dinners aren't going to just show up. More likely the unhealthy ones are going to pop into your life. So over the last years, we've learned to set our environment up for success. And I was thinking about, after seeing that survey, that motivation was really high on that list of lack of motivation. And I think that means you haven't found what you enjoy yet, or maybe your environment isn't inspiring you to be motivated, right? So a couple key things that I do. One, like even at my desk right here, I have 2 waters. Like, are you setting yourself up that you don't have to go find it? It should be near you all the time, and that's going to help. And ice water burns more calories, right, boys?
That's great.
Yeah. So got that. And picking something you enjoy. Don't go do something you hate. You're not going to do it, or you're not going to do it for more than a couple weeks. So I thought about going and finding some props, and I tripped over things. Our whole house is full of toys, fitness things. And I think that's what works for our family. Is it's easier to find something that everybody likes to do than not. So the trunk of our car is actually filled with a soccer ball in case we get stuck somewhere and the kids are bored. Then we'll go kick a ball with them. Tennis rackets. Frisbee is the cheapest, easiest thing to have in your car or purse or backpack. Frisbee, you have to run to get it, I learned. You can get winded playing Frisbee. Another thing you can get winded doing is playing tag. Tag is hard, I learned. You can get really, really good sprints going with that. So find something for your family that you like to do. If you're not in the family mode, and find a partner. Find someone who's going to meet you to go walking on a certain day at a certain time and hold you accountable. And varying the routine. Pick a different activity on a different day. I went in, and it doesn't have to be expensive, but I went and got some different things and kind of made a part of our office, Michael loves it, my husband, into more of a fitness space. So set yourself up for success. If you don't have the tools around you, you're not going to use them. And I do love to shop, but don't you do better if you have some shoes that feel good to go out for a walk? Or do you have an outfit that you would wear walking with a friend out in public? If you don't, that might be a good thing to run and get set up. Call a friend. I'm meeting you at this time. If you're having a really stressed out day, get outside, get moving. It'll change your mood. And gosh, signing up for a class, either committing by paying for it, you better go and click those cards, or you're going to feel the guilt, or just having a buddy that's meeting you there. It could be a free class, but the point is you've committed to it. Someone's counting on you to show up, which helps you get there. And once you're there, a few minutes into it, you're going to feel great. And, maybe switching out your chair for an exercise ball. Maybe it's just going to be some simple things that remind you that you're focusing on your health. So switching your environment. You might even just have different magazines out. Maybe get rid of the Rachel Ray fatty stuff and maybe switch it to like favorite salads. So it's all these little cues around your house that are going to make it or break it for you, for your health and your routine. So I'd say take a tour of your house and think, am I helping myself or hurting myself with these things? Do I have enough things that make me want to get off the couch, or is it too cozy? So
I think you could probably drop the mic right there, Michelle. I mean, those ideas are just like, wow. I mean, each one of those ideas could be implemented. But if anybody that's listening or watching this, if you just did one of those things, right? And maybe if you ask for some extra accountability on your team wall or the main challenge wall, if you don't have a team or a large team, just go in there and comment and share what it is that you're going to do, and ask people to hold you accountable, or ask your coach to hold you accountable. That can create a bigger environment for success, is just having other people that are doing the same thing or doing something that are holding each other accountable. Talk a little bit more about what is a good frequency to start with, Michelle? I mean, if I was just starting, I was maybe staying active, but I need to incorporate some regular exercise. How many days a week should I go, and how long should I be there?
Well, that I think is a better question for Mark. Mark, we have two Marks. We have Dr. Mark Nelson.
Dr. Mark, are you available to come back in and answer that question on just the amount of frequency with regular formal exercise?
You mean what the best frequency is?
Yeah, I mean, is it 3 days a week, 5 days a week, 30 minutes a day? What would you say?
Well, I would say at least 30 minutes a day, and I would say preferably every day, because then I think when we create a habit, when you think about it, a half hour a day is actually not a whole lot of time. And it's just like habits of eating well, habits of sleeping well. When this becomes a part of the fabric of your life, we do it automatically. I think if you're doing strenuous workouts, if you get to that point, it's good to vary the routine. I usually take a day off a week to rest. We need that. But I think for most people, 30 minutes of mild to moderate activity a day is wonderful, or as often as you can. I wouldn't beat yourself up about it. But I think what most people find is they're losing weight, getting healthier, have more energy, all the fun things Michelle mentioned that I thought were amazing. I mean, you could play Frisbee for half an hour, that exercise can really be fun. And that's also, I think, how we think about it, not as a chore, but as fun. And as you feel better, it becomes fun. I mean, I think we've helped so many people, you all know this, who they're doing stuff they never did before. They're jumping out of planes with parachutes. They're biking up mountains. They're doing races. They're having a complete blast. And they never imagined they'd feel that way before they improve their health. But now it's like they're all over it.
That's great. Michelle, talk a little bit more about the perceived exertion chart, and just, I know a lot of people are just like, you know what, you're right, I need to go start exercising, and they're going to go start running and start, wanting to puke, or they're going to go join a class that's pushing them to a level 10. Give us a little bit of perspective here.
And I would say it depends on personality, because I've definitely met people who are like, that was so great, I almost puked. I'm not one of those people. I am not. I have fully worked out near those people, and I thought, this is not for me. I never want to look like that or feel that bad. So it just depends on your style. But if you find that you're taking it a little too easy, maybe your walk, you're not even sparkling or glistening, you're now near sweating, and you're trying to, then grab a partner. Music, a nice upbeat music. You can even search type of music. It'll even have a category for running or walking, and it'll get you into that mode. So really take a look at, where am I at? Where do I want to be, right? And if I need help, reach out to your support team, your health coach on your team, and they'll definitely be able to point you in the right direction on that.
And having a good plan of putting it into our calendar is also just, one of those extra preparation steps. I mean, in terms of your life and the clients that you work with, I mean, is morning better than night, or afternoons better than evenings? What would you say?
Everyone is different. What I like to do personally is, before I turn on my computer, I get out and get walking. So before I can get sucked into work, I make time for myself first. So looking at your own life, do you need to get up an extra 20 minutes early? Do you want to have a quick lunch already packed and ready to go, so that the rest of your work lunch could be moving? We live in Oregon. It rains a lot. But I had a dear client lose 70 pounds with our program, and added in the walking program. And she did it in her classroom and moved the furniture at lunchtime and walked in place. Totally worked. No excuses.
That's great.
So find the time that is something you can commit to and keep up with. And write it in, and then don't write yourself out. How many of us have scheduled away our own personal time that we meant to work out and somebody else needed something. Try not to do that. It's it's a slippery slope. So.
If your schedule is so cram full that you just say, I just don't have the time, maybe that's the time that you say, I'm too busy. And you start delegating or deferring or delaying some things so that you can actually do the things that are going to bring more health and happiness into your life. And again, exercise may not make you happy when you're doing it, but you're going to be a whole lot happier that you've done it. And you're going to start experiencing some of those benefits that Dr. Nelson talked about in the very beginning. If you're in a position right now where you're exercising and you're not losing weight consistently, or you're not losing the amount of weight, or you're getting frustrated with your progress, you're a perfect candidate to talk to our health coaches to talk a little bit more about our 5-in-1 plan or our 4-in-2 plan. If you're already at a healthy body weight, you may be a perfect candidate for our 3-in-3 plan. It's a very healthy, structured eating plan that gives you great quality nutrition, and it matches up your total energy expenditure, or how many calories you're burning, with your number of calories that you need to consume. We've got these great sample meal plans. All of our coaches have these on their co-branded website. So if you'd like to take a look at what some of the meal plans would look like at the different calorie contents, this is for the individuals that are already exercising rigorously, or they are at a healthy body weight already and they're just beginning to exercise. If you're looking to lose weight and you'd like to take in less calories, or you'd like to have a structured eating plan that has better quality nutrition with less calories, talk to your health coach and they can give you a sample meal plan for one of our 5-in-1 or 4-in-2 plans. But for those of you that are rigorously exercising and already at a healthy weight, or you're not exercising and you're at a healthy weight, these options would be a great strategy for you. So as we wrap up here for today's webinar, stop and schedule a complimentary health coaching consultation with your health coach and challenge yourself to practice the 6 S's of NEAT. Maybe you don't remember those, but they were stance, standing versus sitting, strolling more often, taking the stairs, Samba, shaking it, whether you can bake it or not, like Mark can, and then switching it up, turning off the technology and doing things more yourself. And then choose to try something fun, maybe something new. You may have to fail forward. You may try something that may not be totally exciting and totally fun to you, but it could be something that you could really enjoy. I know a lot of people have found some Zumba classes that they really enjoy, or they've taken up disc golf, and even though they didn't have a person to throw the Frisbee to, they threw the Frisbee at a disc golf hole, and that got them out there and got them walking. So whatever it may be for you, stop, challenge, and choose to create optimal health in your life. Thanks a lot, Michelle. Thanks, Dr. Nelson. Thanks, Mark Blankenspore. And thank you, participants. Have a great week 3 of the challenge.
Thank you.